fashion, exclusively on Astro Awani.
Hi, you're still watching in Realty with me, Lakshmi Baker, and I am with Datuk NK Tong. Did I get your name right,
yes,
sir? Thank you so much for this opportunity to interview you and talk to you about this amazing property. I mean, when Grace initially mentioned about a beach on a condominium, I couldn't fathom how you guys can go about making something like this, and that's why we're here. I have so many questions to ask you about. As you can see, my feet is in sand, and it's quite an amazing experience, and I feel all relaxed, and I can't believe I have to work, you know. But yeah, it's an amazing concept, and when they mentioned earlier that you can see the KL skyline, like I just mentioned to you just now, you literally can see like 360 view. Like the KL towers and Twin Towers is in front there, and you're mentioning about the fireworks.
Yeah, even in our first block, oh sorry, first please call me NK.
NK, okay.
In our first block, the Versilica Sky Lounge is also about the same level. And every year around New Year's Eve, we have about 200-300 people gather. So you'll see between 10 to 15 fireworks across the city.
That is amazing. I'm envious of the people of the VERVE Suites. Are you talking about this many people atop all the lounges and all the 4 towers?
Just the Versilica, because that one has the view of the city. And then now the Versilica Sky Beach as well.
Right. And this place here can accommodate how many people altogether, say, on a full day?
I think it can go up to quite a lot. Because we haven't opened it to the public, but we've had a family day for the team. We had close to 150 people up here, and it wasn't that crowded either.
Okay. The million-dollar question.
Yes.
How did this idea come about? A beach on top of a condominium, that seems like a huge, even probably like a crazy dream, right? People might have said that. But how did this idea come about?
It was a crazy dream. A lot of people would say, oh, you know, NK, you came up with this great idea. But the truth is, actually, the whole team came up with it.
Okay.
Every quarter, we take about 40 out of 100 of us away for 2 days.
Okay.
And part of that program, we do some brainstorming. So here we had 7 teams of 6. And they were doing some mind mapping about what they wanted to do in the new Sky Lounge.
Okay.
And we took the mind maps, they presented it, we took it away. 2 weeks later, we had a smaller group of 15. We looked at the 7 mind maps and we started to eliminate things. And then after about 20 minutes, I said, look, there's one crazy idea that seems to appear in 5 of these that we need to take out so that we can focus on getting the ideas on. And it was things like sand, sea, surf, beach.
And that kept coming up.
Yeah, in 5 out of the 7 mind maps. And I said,
probably because everybody wants to go on a holiday, right?
I said, this is a crazy idea. Let's just throw it out. And then they said, wait, let's talk about it. And then we brainstormed it some more. And what seemed like the crazy idea became the central idea. We
are actually 34 floors above the ground. It's quite insane. It's a bit confusing, really, because you see the sky and then you feel the sand. So it's a very nice getaway.
That's right.
You know, and the people who live in this residences can actually just come up here and relax and probably don't really need a holiday that often. I don't know. Let's talk about the sand. I mean, like, I want to feel this. Because I read about this sand in your literature earlier, and there's some history behind the sand as well. It's not like you guys just went to the nearest beach and picked the sand and this. Tell us, how did you end up choosing this? Well, what kind of sand is this?
Well, first, this is not beach sand.
It's not.
Because beach sand, and most people don't know, 40% of beach sand will dissolve within a year.
Right.
Okay, and it keeps being replaced by wave action.
Okay.
So what we had, we sourced different types of sand, we did the research, and it turns out that the most suitable would be mining sand, silica sand.
Okay.
Because it's more inert and it will last. The other thing about the sand, our landscape team researched maybe 10 or 11 different samples, is that we also look for sand that's heavy enough so that it isn't blown. But at the same time, fine enough so it feels good to the touch.
It feels awesome to the touch. I can't believe it's not from the beach. I heard that you guys had to go to like various different states to source. So where is the sand from at the end of the day? Where did you have to go?
This one's from Ipoh.
Ipoh? Yeah. Okay, and you had to go like, where did you have to go to?
I think they went to the East Coast.
Okay.
They even went abroad to look at some of the other samples as well.
Right, and the sand finally came from humble Ipoh.
Yes, yes.
Okay, want us to know a little bit more about the quality of the sand. You know, it has to withstand weather.
Yeah.
And when you talk about purity, size, weight, Why is it important to choose this particular grade?
So we have about 176 tons of sand up here.
Oh.
We've kept 8.5 tons aside as spare.
Okay.
And then the rest we've used on the beach here, and also another of that 176, 8.5 aside, another 33 on the mezzanine above.
Yeah.
So even in the lounge here, just to give people a feel that they're not too far from the beach.
And just to get a feel as to how much 176 tons is, about 176 cars I read. That's a lot of sand, and as I can feel it's not just on the surface, it's quite deep.
Yeah. In fact, where the coconut palms are, it's about 1.5 meters, or about 5 feet deep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, talking about the palms, you know, the whole landscaping ideas, you know, it's not easy to just pick any palm tree and plant there. I mean, it's amazing to get a feel like this, proper palm trees planted in proper sand on 34 floors high. Run us through the process of how did you have to select these trees?
Well, the key is being so high up, we're going to expect a lot of wind.
Okay.
And so with the wind, we have to have plants that are fairly hardy and used to this type of environment.
Right.
And of course, coconut palms, and also above in the sky lounge, we have, the terrace, we have other types of trees as well that will withstand the wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the palm that you have chosen?
This one is the humble coconut tree, actually.
Right, okay.
Yeah. It actually does very well in this kind of environment. Okay. Also because our water is salt chlorinated.
Oh,
so
it
there's
is?
a slight, it's about 1/6 the saltiness of sea.
Right, so you
water.
actually have to get the right kind of water to get the beach kind of feel. So the coconut trees are happy.
Yeah, it's both. I mean, it's both. Yes, it's nice to be a little bit salty, so you feel like you're at the sea. But it's a gentler way of filtration and sterilization. So the salt gets converted into chlorine, a mild form of chlorine.
Very,
so gently
very
on the skin. Yeah, gently
Gosh,
on the
you need
skin.
to learn a lot about these things, isn't it, when you do a building like this. Okay, talking about water, when we come back, I'm really curious about how do you maintain the water in a place like this, you know, like the cleaning of it and general maintenance right after this commercial break.
9 dan 10 November ini, Planet Gempa di pekarangan Stadium Bukit Jalil lebih meriah. Datang saksikan Sabtu konsert Planet Gempa dan Ahad konsert AM. Alami dunia astro anda di sini.
La la, it's better than one. Say two. La la, it's better than one. Two.
Dua pizza sederhana dengan keju ekstra pada hanya RM30. Dari pakar penghantar pizza nombor 1 di dunia.
Isnin hingga Jumaat, Astro Awangi membawakan Bisnes Awangi.
Beratus ribu pekerja kerajaan Persekutuan Amerika terpaksa bercuti tanpa gaji pasca penutupan operasi kerajaan.
Will it affect the hybrid healthcare system? Most of the government-linked companies, they start hospitals on taxpayers' money.
Are we still at an infancy stage in such marketing approach?
Let's not share the profits. Let's share the prosperity.
Bisnes Awangi, 4 kali sehari di Astro Awangi. Berita segenap dimensi.
For those of you who have just tuned in to Astro Awani Channel 501, I'm not at any beach or resort location, but I'm at the rooftop of Sky Beach, Versilica. It's part of the VERVE Suites. I'm with NK. He insists I call him that. Thank you again, NK.
Thank you.
And when we left you off, we were talking about this water. How do you clean it? It really resembles a beach. You know, you've got sand all the way in, not halfway. It's sand all the way. How do you clean? I mean, pools. There's a pool cleaning system.
Right.
What about something like this, which actually has some salt property, as you mentioned just now?
Well, it's fairly similar, but you begin with the end in mind. So the only difference between a normal swimming pool and this beach pool is the sand.
Okay.
We have actually a system or a network of pipes underneath the pool, which are perforated with tiny holes. And that's where the return water of the swimming pool comes back in. And so it keeps the sand moving at all times. If it didn't, you could imagine like in a fish tank, a layer of dirt will collect underneath.
Yeah.
Right? So here the sand is being churned as the pump swimming pool filtration happens.
Okay.
So what happens then, the dirt floats up and then just gets filtered out like a normal swimming pool.
So in a way, the sand actually helps with cleaning the water system.
Yeah, it's all part of the system, but in addition to the filtration of the debris in the water. There's also the larger particles and say like the leaves from the
like we
coconut
can
prawns. In a normal pool, you'd use a vacuum to suck it out, but here you would lose too much sand in the process. So what we've done is we've also designed a special rake that will, every day we'll just go in there and rake the sand.
And you designed this rake specifically and specially for your...
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it will let the sand through and it'll catch the leaves as well. Yeah.
I just can't get over how amazingly windy
really
it is
windy
up here. In some ways, probably better than an actual beach because the wind is constant because we're so high up.
Yeah.
You know, okay, run us through the other features in this lounge area. What else do the residents get to enjoy?
Quite a few things here. So besides the beach pool, we also have a sky pool, which is a 20-meter lap pool.
Which is on that end there?
Yeah, then we have a chill-out zone over there.
Okay.
And a little bar for people to have their drinks.
Right.
We have a foosball and a pool table inside. And hammocks behind us.
Yeah, we've got a couple of hammocks here.
A couple of hammocks here, and of course the deck chairs. And up on the mezzanine, we have a barbecue area.
Right.
And a hot jet pool as well. And that it would be the best place to be at say 9 or 10 at night.
Okay.
You might have a swim, it's really chilly. You go up there and it's a jet pool, it's warm, it's actually hot, and you get a view of the city.
That's amazing. I mean, like I said just now, you properly get like a proper view of the entire city. The KL Tower and the Twin Towers is directly opposite us. Run us through a little bit about the kind of interior decoration or the kind of homes you have downstairs.
Well, in each tower we've innovated with different ideas in terms of the interiors, but they're all designer furnished, fully furnished. All you need to do is bring your mattress and your TV. Chairs, tables, appliances. A lot of it is wallpapered as well to give it that nice exclusive touch.
Right.
In this tower, we have 4 different designs.
Okay.
And each design is themed differently.
Okay.
Yeah. And you've got to have a look at it afterwards.
Yeah, I think Grace is going to take us around to see the duocentrics and the Metro Lux. What is the square feet in the apartments here? Like, are they really large, accommodating families or more?
We have 2 typical designs. They're all fairly compact. We have a 460 square feet 1 bedroom, and we have a 920 square feet 2 bedroom.
Okay.
And we have a limited number of 3 bedrooms as well.
Right.
Yeah, so the bulk of it is 1 and 2 bedrooms, and the reason it's more, so compact is because we have a lot of space here. So this is like your living room, and you have 4 living rooms to choose from.
Yeah, you don't have to just get stuck in the house. Who would want to be stuck in the house when you have a beach above your home? You know, amazing. So if you had to pick, NK, the most favorite part of this area, what would it be? Where do you see yourself chilling?
So I think for the Sky Beach, the Versilica Sky Beach, it'll be, like I mentioned earlier, 9, 10 at night in the hot jet pool, enjoying the view of the city. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the Sky Beach, and you've got other sky lounges. If people from the residents from there can come and share here, from here also can go and share there. What are the features in the other sky lounges for the VERVE Suites?
So the first sky lounge we had is the Vertigo Sky Lounge. You know, it's a play on the word fear of heights. It's just very tall.
Yes.
There we have a chill-out space as well. It's more indoors, a lot of air conditioning, indoor space. We have a theaterette, and also we have a sky garden and a dining terrace there as well. In the second tower, we have what we call the hypercubes living concept, and they're more smaller spaces. They can book out the hyperdine or the hyper kitchen. They can stay in a 500+ square foot unit and throw a dinner for 30, 40 people.
Right. Okay.
And in the the third tower is the concentrical living concept. So we have the gardens of concentrical. It's actually a garden. And we have I think Malaysia's first
Malaysia's first in the VERVE?
For residential, a hydro gym. So it's actually gym equipment in water.
Oh, wow.
We also have what we call Cinema Paradiso. So it's actually an outdoor theatre.
Amazing.
And dining al fresco.
So, NK, the people who have invested in these properties, you know, this tower and the others surrounding us included, are most of them buying it to stay? I mean, I hope so because it's so beautiful. I think you buy to even if you buy to invest, you'll decide to stay. So what have you seen?
Well, it's a combination of both. All 3 towers now are about 80+% occupied, and the reason there's a 15 to maybe 18% that are still purposely vacant. It's owners want to use it on weekends, and so actually we are very short of rental units. Of the units that are occupied, some are actually renting and some are actually staying.
Okay.
And what we've observed is this has become an opportunity for Malaysians to move into Mont'KIARA because there's a lot of expatriate community here.
Exactly.
But suddenly Malaysians have found a reason to move out of the terrace house, because they're very comfortable with the space. But here they've got even more space with all these sky lounges here.
Right. Okay. But then the affordability factor also comes into the picture.
Yes.
But what is the price range we're talking about in these units here?
In the price range now in the secondary market are all above about 1,000 ringgit a square foot, and climbing. I think once the Sky Beach is open, it will set a new benchmark as well in this area. But I think because the units are compact, it is affordable from a Mont'KIARA point of view, because a lot of Mont'KIARA units here are quite big.
Let's talk about the concept. Do you think you've achieved what you wanted to achieve as far as the concept is concerned with your 4 babies here, the concept of the VERVE Suites?
Well, when we started out looking at VERVE Suites about 7 years ago, we were, more than that, 8-9 years ago, we were feeling our way through the whole thing. But I think now as I look back, it's become clearer. If you look at the name VERVE, it's about, it's a French derivative about energy, about lively, and about lifestyle. We had a very clear idea that we wanted to create that lifestyle, but really that our residents would create the lifestyle. So what we have here is like a platform. You see a lot, if I give you an example, you see a lot of social media platforms out there nowadays. And a lot of people are networking, but they're doing it virtually.
Yes.
So in VERVE Suites, we offer the real estate equivalent. So we see it in our badminton courts, where people hook up and they find an interest, a common interest.
Which is so much better than just hiding behind your phone.
Right. In the basketball, or even chilling out here in the Sky Lounge. You give them opportunities to meet, to connect, and to do things.
Okay, thank you so much. It's been pleasurable to actually be in this premise. And thank you so much for the opportunity, and I hope to get to interview you in the future about more amazing properties under your line.
Thank you.
That's all for In Realty in this episode. Stay tuned next week when we will be exploring a new amazing real estate right here on Astro Awani. Bye for now.
Ayah, saya nak yang ni.
Ini DVD tak ditapis. Tak ada pun perakuan B kat sini. Kalau dah ditapis, sepatutnya perakuan B yang macam ni dilekatkan. DVD lucah pun ada. Awak tahu tak? DVD ni boleh mendatangkan masalah, terutamanya kepada anak muda kita. Ini akan menyebabkan mereka terpengaruh dengan keganasan, menyumbang kepada gejala sosial, perbuatan sumbang dan ponteng sekolah. Kita kena bertanggungjawab.
Kalau tak mau beli, cik boleh beredar.
Itulah. Kan dah kena tangkap.
Filem tidak ditapis dan lucah, perosak bangsa dan negara.